How's it going, y'all? Titans Fan 920, and today we're back at it. It's more MTGA standard action. This time we are talking to Ikoria decks once again, but this time we're going to be a little bit more focused. Last video was my 10 decks of Ikoria standard, and I've had so much support from that. I got a lot of subscribers from that for my channel, you know. So for everyone who's new around here, thank you so much. For everyone who's been around here the whole time, thanks for sticking around. I really appreciate it. We are super close to 1,000 subscribers now. In fact, we may actually already be there by the time this video posts. But thank you all so much for just hanging out and watching and being a part of this. It means a lot to me. You know, this time last year, my channel was like less than. I was having to ask my friends that I knew to like please subscribe, just so I could get a custom URL to 100 subscribers, so I could have it named Titans Fan 920. But anyway, let's get into some decks here. We want to talk about some Flash decks. Flash has really been a thing that's interesting to me. I think Flash got a lot of weapons here, and I think the question comes as to what kind of Flash is better. You can do mono blue Flash things right now. Simic Flash is already established. But now that like we have the tools for either blue black or Sultai Flash as well, so I kind of wanted to look into those 4 decks there. Now I'm aware Izzet Flash and Dimir Flash are already kind of established things right now, but I don't think they really got a lot from this set to help them out that much. And compared to like what Sultai can do, I feel like if you're going to be going 3 colors right now, Sultai to me just looks like the clear favorite here. So I won't get into Izzet and Dimir too much here. Know that they're in the back of my mind, but we're going to talk about 4 decks here. So we're going to start at mono blue here, kind of work our way up to the colors, and end at Sultai. So I just want to talk about those decks, what the advantages and disadvantages of each color combination is, and what I think is the best one overall. So let's get to it. Let's go. So first we'll look at mono blue Flash. For anybody who didn't see my tempo list, my Flash list from last time, this is the list here. So things about mono blue that are good. You get Cunning Nightbonder, you get Sea Dasher Octopus from this set, which are new, as well as the Voracious Great Shark we're trying out. Your mana, obviously, is mono blue, so your mana is going to be super consistent. A lot of times, even when you're just playing Simic Flash, things like Frilled Mystic can kind of be uncastable because your mana doesn't work out that way. So here, you never really have a problem with mana. You know, it's just mono blue all the way through. You get to play Gadwick in this list, which the other list won't get to play. And Gadwick being able to just, you know, you top deck this late game and refill your hand, and all of a sudden, you're set up the next turn for counter magic and bounce spells and creatures and all that kind of stuff. So you're good there. Mono blue, you know, it doesn't have some of the tools. You're going to be missing out on your Night Pack Ambushers, which is still like one of the main things to be played in any of these decks. So your closing speed may not be as good, but with things like Sea Dasher Octopus and Cunning Nightbonder and things like Brineborn Cutthroat, which can grow out of control anyways, may not matter. So where you do kind of lose that versatility with a lot of cards, mono blue just kind of has that consistency you're looking for. So as a baseline overall good deck here, I think mono blue is going to be great, but you do lose that closing power that you have with Night Pack Ambushers. So next up we have Simic Flash. With adding the green here, we get access to a few things that we couldn't get in mono blue. This is already a tried and true deck, and it's proven itself here in the meta. But Growth Spiral in turn 2 is pretty huge for this deck. With this deck, you get to hold up Brineborn Cutthroat, Cunning Nightbonder, Growth Spiral, Petty Theft, Quench. There's just a lot of different things you can do on turn 2, and people have to kind of play around each one of them, which puts you in a really great position because if they don't do anything, you just throw down a creature instead. But Growth Spiral in 2 here is a really big one, I think, and a good reason to go into Simic, because when you can go turn 2 Growth Spiral into turn 3 Ambusher or Thrilled Mystic, that just makes your deck so much more hard to counter and interact with. And plus, with all these 2 mana spells, we also have the ability to go Cunning Nightbonder into Brineborn Cutthroat. So like, the potential is just kind of crazy with this deck for what you can do with it. So Simic Flash, and you know, again, you get your Night Pack Ambushes to close off and finish. I don't know if this is like, I feel like there's just so many Flash tools that you don't need in this anymore, and that could be completely stupid on my part for even saying that because this is such a house. But right now, I think your top end of Ambushers and Mystic, and then Voracious Great Shark just does the job. While you have things like Brineborn Cutthroat, your Night Pack, your Cunning Nightbonder to help get things down, and then your Sea Dasher Octopus just helping you fill that hand back up. Simic might just be where it's at. So compared to mono blue, I think Simic is probably a little bit better. Again, you do have some restrictions in your mana going to a second color, obviously, but Night Pack Ambushers is such a house. So I think with all the new toys it got, Simic Flash could be something to deal with. But I talked about these 2 in the 10 decks video already. Let's talk to 2 new ones that you haven't seen from me yet. Let's go to Dimir, Blue Black Flash. Alright, so Dimir Flash, we got some spicy meatballs in this thing. So why play Blue Black over Blue Green? For one, your removal gets much better. While you're not ramping up like you can with the Growth Spirals and everything, you're getting to have Blacklands Paragon, which is a Death Touch removal spell, and Lifelink. So against mono red, they swing with something, you just flash us in, and even if you just eat something, a lot of times it's a 2 mana kill something and gain 3 life spell. That ain't too bad at all. Cunning Nightbonder, even though you're 2 colors in this deck, Cunning Nightbonder you can still easily cast because you're always going to have blue-black up one way or another there. So if for some reason you kept a really awkward hand where you just had double blue, it wouldn't matter because you can still cast it. We can play Heartless Act in this deck now, which seems like a fantastic removal spell. It's going to kill a lot of things. We'll have to see how the meta shapes up. Like, maybe this ends up not being as great as it looks right now. But too many destroy a creature with no counters on it seems pretty insane. We get to play Murderous Rider in the side, but one of the last days of spoilers, we actually got a really spicy one here, and this is Slither Wisp. Slither Wisp is blue, black, black. So it's a 3/2 with flash. Whenever you cast another spell that has flash, you draw a card, and each opponent loses 1 life. That's what? Between this and Sea Dasher Octopus, like, you just have so much built-in card advantage there that is really going to be able to just keep you, filled up. That's why we're playing a 4 of Slither Wisp here. It's not legendary either, so if you have to get multiple of these on the battlefield, anytime you cast a flash thing, like, imagine you've got 2 of these things down, they try to resolve their big spell, you counter it with some flash thing, and then you're draining them for 2 and drawing 2. That's hard to come back from that kind of value there. So I think Slither Wisp is actually one of the better flash creatures showed in all of this. Obviously the mana is pretty tight for it. Blue, black, black on 3 is kind of hard, but that payoff's worth it, and I think this kind of mana can do so. You'll notice we're playing 2 Zagoeth Triome here. We'll never use that green Sultai land there, but just having a cycle land that you can use that still gets you blue-black is nice. And I think also these cycle lands could be kind of underrated for this set, and maybe even in Simic Flash you may want to play some Triomes, because just having a land at end of turn you can cycle and draw a card there, it kind of fits in with the theme of the deck anyways. So going to black, you get Slither Wisp, Heartless Act, Murderous Rider, and Blacklands Paragon. You could also play some Tyrant Scorn, which I didn't opt for in this list, but it could be a good one to either remove a creature on the other side of the field or just save yours from removal. So black, you get the best removal out of everything, but you lose kind of that aggressive ramp package there, and obviously that top end of Not Pack Ambusher you don't get. So that's what we got here with Dimir Flash, Blue Black Flash. I think this is going to be meta dependent on which one of these are kind of the best off here, but I'm liking the look of this one so far, and I think this is kind of exciting. A lot of people are not going to like playing against this, especially if the meta gets heavy with some of these mutate creatures, and you're just holding up these Heartless Act and kinds of removal here. Seems kind of scary to me, but last, and maybe least, maybe not, I don't know, let's look at a little bit of a greedy one here. Let's look at some Sultai Flash. Alright, so Sultai Flash, let's state the obvious. This mana is greedy. We are asking to have blue-green on 2, or blue-black on 2, blue-black-black on 3, and then on turn 4, just green-green, blue-blue. We have the mana to do it, and it's definitely doable, but that's you're running your base pretty thin here doing this list. However, the payoff for this, if you can make it happen, you're still getting that turn 2 acceleration with Growth Spiral to have a turn 3 4 mana play up. So you still have that potential to go turn 2 Growth Spiral, turn 3 Full Mystic or Night Pack Ambusher. However, we still have to play Slither Wisp in this list now and have that removal there. Not a lot of other black things in here at the moment, so whether or not it's worth it to go to this route, I'm not quite sure, but it's something I do want to check out and try to see if it works. Again, I know it's a little bit greedy, but we were playing Dimir already, and the good thing here is the Triome can be a 4 of now because you're playing Sultai mana anyways. So while this one is the most greedy of all the brews here, this one also has the most answers. Also, I didn't mention this in any of the other ones, but we're playing Neutralize instead of Sinister Sabotage now, which again, like I said in the first video, having a counterspell you can just cycle for 2 when you don't need it's also pretty important. So I think Sultai Flash, if that mana works out, and it's just a matter of me needing to play with it and see, because I don't know. But if that mana works out, you've got efficient removal. You have, well, not in this, I guess. You don't really have great removal here, but we could add the removal on the sideboard really easily. But you have like your octopuses, your Slither Wisp, your Cunning Nightbonder, just so many different new toys here that you didn't have before to really make this deck work and take off. So Sultai Flash could be a player. Watch out for it. It might be better than you think. So overall, that's my 4 flavors of Flash here. For any Izzet or Temur fans out there, I'm sorry. And maybe I'll be proven wrong. I just don't think it really got enough shot in their arm compared to some of this other stuff. I feel like Temur and Izzet's going to kind of be left to the wayside. And that being said, Izzet Spells, the one with the Sprite Dragon, that deck I'm still more excited for than anything. So it's not like I hate Izzet, just for the Flash variation. I don't think it's really there right now. But that's what we got. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Once again, April 15th, this coming Wednesday, we're streaming live, baby. We live on twitch.tv/TitansFan920. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.